up, BookTube? I am coming at you today with my very first book haul, which is kind of funny because it's also the start of my book ban. Gone a little crazy since starting this channel. I usually show more restraint and don't just buy a whole bunch of books. I also never knew about Book Outlet before. They can freaking sucker you into spending 40 bucks real quick because you get like 9 or 10 books for $40. That's how I got suckered into buying books from both places. I had 2 books in my Amazon book cart, and I was like, ooh, I wonder how much they would be on Book Outlet. So I checked out Book Outlet, and I could get each of them for like $4. So then I'm like, well, I was going to pay $30 for the 2 books, so why not spend $35 and get free shipping, which turned into $39, which equaled 9 books. So I lost my logic throughout that whole process. I just wanted 2 books, but in place I got 9, so it's really not, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And then we had a couple that I had on Amazon that were not available on Book Outlet. So I did bite the bullet and bought these last 3 off of Amazon before I start my book buying ban. I want to not buy any more books until January, and then in January I want to try and do thrift store books, see what I can find. I know we have a used bookstore not too far away from us. I think I could probably get some. I want to at least try and get some books for cheap, you know, see what else. So they have this whole library sale, a bag of books at a library. I'm intrigued. I'd like to see how that works, but I haven't looked into it yet. So hopefully this book buying ban will help me try and figure out other ways to obtain books as opposed to buying way too many books at a time. So without further ado, let's start with the expensive ones. Let's start with the Amazon box. I opened them. You know, you don't need to see me cut it, and I already know what I bought, so it's not like it's a surprise. So the first book I got was John Dies at the End, by David Wong. I have received. The book is full of spiders, and what the hell am I reading from Nocturnal Book Box. Must have been a little late to the game though, because I didn't get this one from them. And then I never read books out of chronological order, so in order to read those 2, I needed this one. So I bought this one. I think I paid like you know, $12, $14 on Amazon. So now I can read the whole series, which I want to do soon. The next book I got was Stephen King on Writing, a memoir of the craft. I am currently trying to pursue my hand at writing and illustrating a series of books to help children with diabetes. I have type 1 diabetes, and it's hardcore, and I feel like they could use some help. Everything I went through was so incredibly stressful, and I feel like if you could have a book about a younger child, and I have some great ideas for it. So I wanted some tips on writing, and had found a quote online recently by Stephen King that says, if you want to be a good writer, above all others, you need to read a lot of books and write a lot of books. Read a lot and write a lot. So I figured maybe reading his book on writing might give me some good tips. I had read a couple reviews on the book, and they had a lot of positive things to say, and of course I could use anything to help me, you know, get working on it. I'm excited that I finally found something incredibly worthy to write about. So, and also illustrate. Hopefully I can use my artistic abilities for the book as well, because I have some really great ideas in that area as well. Lastly, off of Amazon, I got this incredibly tightly wrapped up journal. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So, shining. And it's over 200 pages of lined paper. It's got some creepy artwork in it. Not much. It's definitely got a creepy vibe. I love the front of it. I don't need any more new journals, so again, this also applies to my book buying ban. Not buying any more journals until I utilize more of the empty journals that I currently have, because man, do I love a blank notebook. Something about a blank notebook, it got me. So these are the 3 I got from Amazon. I think this one was 12, and I think this one was like 14-ish. So, but I wanted the, this one's a little bit of a special edition and includes some updated reading from Stephen King. So I'm excited to read that. Now the book outlet box. Ooh, there's some good stuff in here. All right. First book in the box is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. This is the only one I needed to be able to read the series, so I now have all of them and can read that series as well. I ended up with the 3rd one first because it was on super sale, hardcover at Book Outlet for like $6, so I couldn't pass it up because I knew I had read about it and I knew I was going to want to read all of them. So I just went ahead and bought that 3rd one. And then the first one I got off Amazon, and then the second one happened to be on sale on Book Outlet when I was buying these other books. So this next book is Feel Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. I have a problem with being so worried about copyright infringement that it actually does sometimes hinder my ability to be an artist. And I felt like this would maybe provide me with not only some inspiration, but some clarification on the subject. I know using anybody's anything, everything is copyrighted these days, and it's illegal to use everything. So that's why I've asked some of my friends to donate pictures of their animals that I can paint, so that I have a variety of different pets to paint and can do videos on those pets, and it doesn't have to just be my bulldog over and over again. Feel Like an Artist. This is a nice little book, and I need a little inspiration, so I'm excited to read this. Next we have The Bargaining, which somebody had read on YouTube. I don't remember what they said, but it was so cheap that I just went ahead and got it because the synopsis sounded very interesting. The Northwoods Are Calling. The Bargaining by Carly Ann West. This is The Northwoods Are Calling. I believe it was super cheap, so actually let's see how much that was. Yeah, $1.89. How can you pass up a book that's $1.89 brand new? We gonna find out. So the next one is actually what started this purchase. My last Nocturnal Readers box, or maybe the one before that, I can't even keep track anymore. The one before that, yeah, had a cup for American Gods by Neil Gaiman. I really wanted to read this. It says first published in 2001, it became an instant classic. And it's a hardcover. It is, has a little cut on it, but that's why, you get some of these books for so cheap. So I really am excited to read this. Heard such good things about this book. Ooh, it's a big one. It's a big old book. So next we have the first 2 books in a series. Never heard of either of them, but the synopsis looked good, and I wanted to give it a try based on just what it's about, because you got to read things that you're interested in. So we have Night World by L.J. Smith, and then we have the second one, which is Darkness. Not too lengthy of a book, but intriguing nonetheless. We're gonna see. I mean, sometimes you gotta take a chance. This is my taking a chance, because they weren't too expensive. So next we have Kisses and Curses. It's a collection of stories by famous authors, Marissa Meyer, Leigh Bardugo, a lot of YA, new age YA authors. So Kisses and Curses. Interesting. So short stories. We're going to give it a try. I believe it was also incredibly cheap. Yeah, $2.19. $2.19. So I'm going to give it a try. Next we have The Midnight Witch. This is by Paula Braxton, author of The Witch's Daughter, which I have read. Wasn't super in love with The Witch's Daughter, but I did like it, and I like the synopsis on this one, so I'm going to give it a try and see if it's worth reading any of her other books. So this will be my second one that I read by her. And then lastly, we have character design. I think I paid like $1.79 for this as well. I figured this would maybe give me a little bit of inspiration also for the illustrations for the book that I want to work on. Seeing as how it's kid books and everything I've done is more realistic painting-wise. So I was hoping this would give me some good ideas on how to do more cartoony type of things for the book. So I thought this would be a good one to pick up. So that's all of them. That's all of them, but it's a good bit. Not sure what I'm going to read in November. I kind of want to take a break from scariness. I do want to finish The Wicked by James Newman. I was wanting to finish this before the end of the month, but it didn't happen. It's much better than I anticipated, and I'm kind of savoring it. I really don't want it to end, so I don't want to rush through it just so that I can, you know, do something before the end of October in reference to it. So I will have this and Salem's Lot to go over, but then after that, I'd like to take a little bit of a different turn for the month of November and read something a little bit different, take a break from the scary books. I'm starting my book buying ban, as I said before, except for the subscription book boxes that I have coming to me. I'm not gonna stop getting those, but I'm not gonna voluntarily buy any other books until after the new year. So if I put it out there in the world, I'm more likely to hold to it. So these are all of the books that need to be read. This whole bottom shelf here is my TBR. So there is absolutely no reason that I need to buy any more books before reading these books. I let myself get a little indulgent and selfish. You see other booktubers, other people like you that love buying books, that buy books and have really large TBR shelves, and it's like, oh, so I guess it's not such a bad thing. But then I've gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, I've hit ridiculousness. I need to rein it in a little bit. I need to read these books before I buy other books. They're always going to be available out there. They're not going anywhere. It's okay. It's okay. I don't have to buy any more books. I have plenty of books. Plenty of books. Thank you so much for my first and unfortunately last book haul for a while. So figured I'd at least include you in this one. Peace.